Assalamu alaikum. I am Ansari Safiya from Department of Physics, JAT Arts, Science and Commerce College for Women Malegaon. Dear student, today we have to study differential equation of a longitudinal wave. The differential equation of longitudinal wave motion is obtained by considering changes in the pressure and volume of the fluid through which the wave propagates. Let the longitudinal disturbance be propagating through the fluid of density rho. Consider an element of the fluid in the form of a horizontal tube of cross-sectional area A and lies along x-axis as shown in figure. L and M are two imaginary planes perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. Let the distance of the planes L and M be x and x plus delta x from the arbitrary origin O. Now the length of the element is Lm, which is equal to x plus delta x minus x, which is equal to delta x. Volume of the element Lm is V is equal to cross sectional area into length, which is equal to A into delta x. The mass of the element is M. M is equal to density into volume. Density is rho and volume is A delta x. When no wave propagates through the medium, the element Lm is in equilibrium and the pressure on planes L and M are equal and opposite in the undisplaced condition as shown in figure A. Let this pressure be P. When the tube receives the disturbance from left, it undergoes a small displacement. As a result, the plane L is displaced to L dash and M shifted to M dash as shown in figure. Now the plane L is displaced through L and the plane M is displaced through some more distance as the medium is compressible. Let it be displaced through L plus curly L by curly x into delta x. Now the distance of L dash from the same origin is x plus L and distance of M dash from the same origin is x plus delta x plus L plus curly L by curly x into delta x. Therefore, the new element having the length x plus delta x plus L plus curly L by curly x into delta x minus x plus L, which is equal to delta x plus curly L by curly x into delta x. Now the volume of the new element, that is V dash, is equal to cross sectional area into new length, that means A into curly L by curly x into delta x plus delta x. Therefore the change in volume dV is equal to new volume minus original volume. Now new volume A into delta x plus curly L by curly x into delta x minus original volume A into delta x, or dV is equal to A curly L by curly x into delta x. Volume strain is given by change in volume to the original volume. Now change in volume A curly L by curly x into delta x divided by original volume, that is A into delta x. Therefore, volume strain is equal to curly L by curly x. Let the additional pressure applied by the disturbance on the plane L be P. The volume of the fluid between the planes L dash and M dash gets deformed because pressure on both the planes doesn't balance. Let the pressure on the plane M dash on opposite direction be P plus curly P by curly x into delta x. We get additional term due to the compressibility of the medium. Now the pressure difference between the planes L dash and M dash is P plus P minus into bracket P plus curly P by curly x into delta x equal to minus curly P by curly x into delta x. Now we know that pressure is the force per unit area. Therefore, the net force acting along x-axis on the element will be Fx is equal to minus A curly P by curly x into delta x. The bulk modulus K of the fluid is given by the ratio of volume stress to the volume strain. Volume stress, that is force per unit area, but force per unit area gives pressure. So pressure applied divided by volume strain equal to P divided by minus curly L by curly x. Now here negative sign indicate that there is a decrease in volume when the pressure is applied on the fluid. Therefore, P is equal to minus K curly L by curly x. Therefore, Fx is equal to minus A curly x. Now substituting the value of P from this equation in last equation, therefore we get Fx is equal to minus A curly x into minus K curly L by curly x into delta x equal to AK curly square L by curly x square into delta x. Now this force produces acceleration curly square L by curly T square in the volume element. Therefore, according to Newton's second law, force F is equal to m into acceleration, that is f of x is equal to m curly square L by curly T square, but m is equal to rho A delta x. Therefore, Fx is equal to rho A delta x into curly square L by curly T square. Now also Fx is equal to AK curly square L by curly x square into delta x. Comparing the two equations, we get AK curly square L by curly x square into delta x is equal to rho A delta x curly square L by curly T square. Simplifying this equation, we get K curly square L by curly x square is equal to rho curly square L by curly T square, or curly square L by curly x square is equal to rho by K curly square L by curly T square. Now the general differential equation of wave motion is given by curly square phi by curly x square is equal to 1 by c square curly square phi by curly T square, where c is velocity of the wave. Comparing the two equations, we get 1 by c square is equal to rho by k. Therefore, c is equal to 1 by c square is equal to rho by k. Therefore, c is equal to under root k by rho. This equation gives the velocity of longitudinal waves propagating through a fluid of density rho. The velocity depends on bulk modulus K and density rho. Therefore, we have C is directly proportional to 1 by under root rho for constant k. Thank you.